So downloading fonts on a Mac is actually really easy. First thing you would do is go out to Google Chrome, and this is a website that I use a lot, duffont.com. But if you just type in like free fonts for Mac, you're going to get different websites that come up. Okay, most of these are good, they're reliable, but I'm just going to head into this one. You have different categories that you can choose from. You can search for a specific font. You know, if you want to go into like TV, movie, and do something like that, and you can get Star Wars, maybe certain video games, Disney, you name it. A lot of these are characters, though, so they don't necessarily work. But let's say you want the Star Wars font, okay? When you click on that and you go to download, what it's going to do is download the zip file. Now, the zip file means it's just a compressed file. If you click on the up arrow here in Chrome and click on Show in Folder, it's going to jump you to your Downloads folder where that zip file goes. When you double click the zip file on a Mac, it makes it a folder. If it doesn't make it a folder, then it might make it to a specific file. But regardless, open it up and you are looking for the TTF file. Now, this particular font has a lot of different TTF files, which means they have different styles. So if you want to get all of them, then just install all of them. So to install it, just double click it, click on install font. Sometimes you get this font validation and maybe an error with that. I usually just select all the fonts, do install check. And again, you'll probably have to do the same thing with all of these. Not all fonts are bundled with different TTF files, but if they are, go for it because it's just going to install more variations for that. Now, if you see a JPEG or something like that, that's just bundled here with this particular package. It's just showing you a preview of it. Not all of them are going to have that. The TTF files is your main concern. That's what you want. Once you go through and install and validate all of your fonts, it should be available in Keynote. It's also available in iMovie as well. But if you head into Keynote and you select your existing font and you go to Format Text, you can change your font and you might have to scroll around through it, know whatever your name was. Here they are. These are all of the fonts that I just installed. Now, they may look a little funky because I have a border already on that. And this font is naturally bigger, so I'm going to have to go in and resize it compared to what it was before. But yeah, that's how you install fonts. It's very easy. One suggestion I have is when you are designing your font and your animations and everything here in Keynote, the bigger you make your font fill your screen, the better. Because once you get over into iMovie or WeVideo, whatever you're using, it's going to be easier to scale it down than scale it up. Because if you scale it up, it's going to get grainy and pixelated. You might then have to come back into Keynote and redo it and then re-export it to Movie. So my suggestion is just make it bigger here because you can always scale it down in post-production editing. One thing that you can do, and I actually recommend that you do, is after you have installed your fonts, go to your downloads and delete those folders. Very easy to delete it. If you click on it and do Command delete, that just cleans up your downloads folder a bit.